Okay, so this is just an explanation about how these steps came to be. So the original problem is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, 30, 60, 90. We've got a side of 5 square root 2 over 2. We want to find x, we want to find y. Over here we've got a reference triangle. 30, 60, 90, small side is 1, medium side square root 3, long side is 2. So first, if I want to go from the medium side to the small side, I look at my reference triangle. To get from square root of 3 to 1, medium to small, I would divide by square root 3, because square root 3 divided by square root 3 is 1. So over here, I'm going to do 5 square root 2 over 2, divide by square root 3, and that'll give me x. So I set that up. I start with my 5 square root 2 over here. I divide it by square root 3. What that looks like is 5 square root 2 over 2 times 1 over square root 3. Dividing by square root 3, same thing as multiplying by 1 over square root 3. Now as far as simplifying this, the numerator doesn't change at all because it was just multiplied by 1. And then the denominator just becomes 2 square root 3. Now you'll notice over here I said we can't have square roots in the denominator, right? So we have to rationalize the denominator. So in this step, all of this is the same as this was right here. So I got 5 square root 2 over 2 square root 3. I multiplied the top and bottom by square root 3 because that's the thing I have in the denominator that I want to get rid of. So I multiply the top and bottom by that. What that looks like, on the top, I circled in pink, 2 times square root 3, well that'll give me a square root of 6. Square root 3 times square root 3, well that's just 3. So these changed into these. Now I've got 5 square root 6 over 2 times 3. Well, the only thing to simplify here is to actually do the 2 times 3, which gives me this 6. And then the 5 square root 6 just stays 5 square root 6. Something to check that doesn't work out in this problem, but is there anything that goes into both of these integers here? And in this case, nothing goes into both 5 and 6, so we're good there. For these 6's, note this is a square root 6, so it's not regular 6, so we can't do any more simplification there. For the other part of the problem, so once I know x is 5 square root 6 over 6, this is the small side. So to get to the large side, if we look at our reference triangle, to get from my small side to my large side, I multiply by 2. To get from my small side to my large side, I'm going to multiply by 2. So my work for y should equal 5 square root 6 over 6, which was x. So 5 square root 6 over 6, what do I have to do to this? I have to multiply it by 2. Just like I said up here, I'm going to multiply it by 2. Now it's just the work of simplifying this. The 2 is on top. I wrote it as 2 over 1, so that way I get to separate from what's on top and what's on bottom. On the bottom, it's just 6 times 1, so that just stayed 6. That's a 6 right there before I crossed it out. 5 square root 6 times 2. There's 3 things I'm multiplying. I could do it in any order. What we do is we take the whole numbers first, and then the square roots at the end. So the 5 and the 2 come together here. 5 times 2 times square root 6 all over 6. Instead of multiplying the 5 times 2 out, I see right away that a number goes into both 2 and 6. So I cancel out the 2. I take 2 out of 2. And I also took 2 out of 6, which left me with a 3 there. So once this is all finally simplified, we end up with 5 square root 6 over 3. And that's how we fully solve and simplify this problem in special right triangles and radicals.